Before introducing you to a new genre of music I call senior country, I want to introduce myself. I'm 83 years old, wife of Richard Columbus for 63 years, with 2 daughters, professional women, and of course 2 brilliant grandchildren, Max and Lily. I think about my adult life in 3 acts. Act 1. After growing up in Akron, Ohio, I graduated from Ohio State University with a degree in journalism. Soon after marriage and the birth of our first child, my husband was activated during the Berlin crisis, and we lived in France for a year. Richard then accepted a job with North American Aviation in Los Angeles, completing his master's in engineering at UCLA. With daughters 1 and 3, I began selling real estate in 1964. We moved to Rochester, New York in 1966 when Richard came to work at Eastman Kodak, and I spent 11 years selling for a residential real estate firm. In 1978, I opened my own brokerage, Judy Columbus Real Estate and Relocation, becoming a recognized brand in the area, a boutique firm competing with large national franchises. Later, I founded a mortgage company, Hometown Funding, with 4 competitive brokers. During that time, I did a lot of public speaking, took staff on annual retreats, and chaired Rochester's Jewish Film Festival. After 21 years, a company with 42 sales associates and employees, I decided to retire in time to welcome our first grandchild, handing over the firm into the capable hands of daughter Jamie. Act 2. To celebrate this life change, I hosted a luncheon for our team and others important to our company's success, naming the event Time to Smell the Gerbras.
So what? What are we doing here? Today I am celebrating a coming of age, a kind of re-birthday party. My daughter Tracy, using the real estate analogy, wanted me to call this event Second Story, an ideal metaphor as I think about putting an addition on my life. What I wanted to add to my life is space. Actually, spaces. In one of my favorite management books, The Tao of Pooh, Pooh tells Christopher Robin, if we add up all the rewards in our lives, we won't have very much. If we add up the spaces between the rewards, we'll have quite a bit. And if we add up the rewards and the spaces, then we'll have everything, every minute of the time we spent. What if we could enjoy it? I have been blessed. My life has had many rewards financially and a wealth of friends. Sometimes I move too quickly through the spaces, and now I want to enjoy each one. Starting tomorrow, I am not going to rise early, jump into pantyhose, and rush to the office. But perhaps I will get into shorts and go to the gym, or maybe I'll just stay in bed. It is a time of transition, my love. Well, thanks for getting me out. She made the transition possible for me, and I could never have left this prized possession with anyone less capable or passionate. As a finale, I would like to single out one person, and as lead-in, ask, where's my husband? There's my husband behind you. How many men does it take to change the light bulbs at Judy Columbus Real Estate? 21 years! One! My man, our man. There's a scene in the movie Sabrina when Harrison Ford, as the responsible older brother, says to his Playboy kid brother, Greg Kinnear, my life has made your life possible. Richard has made my life possible. My success, my celebrity, my devotion to work. I've been out there because he was willing to wait and wait and wait, and because he was that extra set of hands always needed in a small office. Richard has truly given at the office. He has been a physical support, a moral support, a loving support. He listened to all my convoluted stories about houses and buyers and sellers of whom he cared not. And he never said, so what?
One more necessary step for me to make retirement real, I called the burning of the bag, my 20-year-old attaché case, enacted with friends Jane and Jim.
And then burn. I think that's good enough, yes?
In the weeks after, I wrote the words to my first senior country song, Work in Progress. I left my job 6 days ago, smile on my face when I closed that door, got in my car without introspection, started to drive without direction. Friends told me, know where you're going or else in the wind you'll be blowing. For me, I said, no plans, no crime, I'll figure it out one day at a time. In the following years, my husband and I traveled, taking our grandchildren Max and Lily on summer trips to London, Paris, national parks, Atlantis, Nemacolin, Washington, D.C., and Hawaii. We traveled ourselves to the Bahamas, France, England, New Zealand, Australia, China, Japan, Croatia, Italy, Alaska, and Israel for our grandson's bar mitzvah. We enjoy a vacation home in Palm Desert, California, where I see 45 to 50 films a year at the Palm Springs Film Festival. Graduating from my 60s to my 70s, I wrote a second song. It's called You Think You Lost It? I've always loved country, felt the tunes down deep, loved it best when the singers began to weep, describing the depths of their terrible losses. His lover, her job, too often their horses. Hitting the 70s in woman years of living, I no longer pity those tales I've been given. Singers who thought their losses so great, need we seniors to set them straight. You think you lost it? I kept hoping at some point to find someone willing to write instrumentals. I even sent a letter to Dolly Parton, which was returned unopened. While the two songs aged in my desk drawer, now in my 80s, I wrote a third, titled, That's What We're Talking About. Country singers every year are whining, always fighting, drinking, cheating, or lying. For the rest of us, as decades change, our discussions typically rearrange. In our 50s, all our conversation was filled with optimism and elation. Susan has graduated, Robert is married, our first grandchild is being carried. My life continued, Zumba class, aqua class, entertaining dinner guests, writing for Facebook and Substack, opening Amazon deliveries, watching the latest episodes on Netflix and Amazon, and loving my iPhones 11, 12, 13, and 14 Pro Max, which led me to compile 13 photo memoirs. For my birthday, August 2022, my grandson Max, a musical artist, videographer, and influencer, gifted me studio time with his producers, Chris and Ian, to create the accompaniment to my words, and that was my entry to Act 3. These are now my gift to you, as I play songs, one each, for those in their 60s, their 70s, and their 80s.